Shalom, shalom. This Yair from GMS Savannah coming with another lesson. But first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, the Kakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, which rule well and teach well, and to the Akim as well as the affiliates. Um, out here, you know, giving the 100% truth, you know, the four corners of the earth out here in sincerity while, risking their life to do so. Shalom. This truth got to go out. This word got to go out. Four corners of the earth, man. We have to warn our people, man. And to you hopeful elect of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as speckled birds, which are also called Israelite foreigners, which actually look like the heathens, but their father seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Those are Israelites through their father. But today's lesson I'm going into, it's a sad situation. But hey, this is gonna continue to happen, man. These females out here, man. These Eves are not moving, smart out here, at all. And hey, like I say, they getting a lot of judgment too, man, out here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of judgment. And like I say, hey, Jacob trouble right around the corner. And like I say, man, if you're not under Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you and don't and you don't have that man, that's following the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you in deep trouble. You won't have any covering at all. You know what I'm saying? You know, you want to go out here and do your own thing, and and deal with the heathens, sleazy. Then hey, this the kind of judgment you're gonna get. Right here, it says Sleazy E, the leader, 34, murdered and dismembered student 19 on first date after watching Netflix series showing mutilation. The leader, dismembered a college student on their first date, allegedly watching a Netflix series show mutilation. Maxwell Anderson, 34, was convicted of homicide and dismembering a corpse on Friday for the Hinderus deletion of Sadie Robinson, 19, last year. Man, that's crazy. Man, dismembered, man. Look at Sleazy, man. Look at him, man. It's crazy, man. Perpetual hate going all through him, man. All through his veins, man. And it said the two had met at a bar and spent the rest of their evening getting dinner and drinks at the Twisted Fisherman in Milwaukee. Teen Sade then went back to Anderson's apartment where at one point in the night the leader put on Netflix show Love, Death, and Robots. One episode of the series called The Drowned Giant portrays the horrific mutilation of a human body on the beach. In a chilling similarity, prosecutors have claimed that Monster Anderson dismembered Sade's body on a beach in Wisconsin overlooking Lake Michigan. Juror Melissa Blasco told the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, "I was like, bleak, that's disgusting because that could have been where he got some of his ideas or fantasies. Yep, watching that damn show, man. It's sleazy for you. You know, who's a more profane man than sleazy? I physically felt like I was going to throw up at the point. I knew a lot of people were shaking and crying. Anderson was also charged with arson and hiding the body in the connection with Sade's deletion. He was found guilty on all charges. Cops say he believed Anderson spread the 19-year-old remains of the Milwaukee Marine. Cops said it's believed Anderson spread the 19-year-old's remains, Salakia, across Milwaukee County and burned her in a car in a attempt to hide key evidence. Surveillance footage showed Sade's car leaving Anderson's apartment in the early hours of April 2nd. It then arrived at the beach along the shores of Lake Michigan. When Sade turned up for work the next day, when Sade didn't turn up for work the next day, concerns were sparked on her whereabouts. The student's manager, Justin Romano, told CNN that she was very outgoing. She would talk to everybody here. He added she was always there to lighten the mood. After Sade hadn't showed up for her shift, which wasn't like her at all, Justin added, we kind of knew something was up.
Hey, what you doing?
We had been calling her all day. Anderson is thought to have dismembered Sade and set her vehicle alignment behind an abandoned building. He then took a bus back to his apartment. Somebody said but his apartment. Yeah, look at Sleazy, man. The leader, man. Look at her mom, man. Look at that. Despite extreme fire damage to Sade's car, cops were unable to identify the outfit the 19-year-old had been wearing on the night of the date, alongside part of an phone consistent with hers. CNN report. Cops had been called to Warmont Park after a human leg was horribly discovered, which was later identified as belonging to Sade. Damn. Anderson had planned to delete the student weeks before her death, confidential informant claimed. Anderson's attorney argued that the prosecution showed no evidence of his intention to delete Sade. Attorneys also raised how Anderson didn't try to hide his identity as he traveled a public transport home and was also in a clean clothes despite having allegedly dismembered Sade's body in a muddy location. Jurors then reached a verdict 1 hour on the night day of the trial. Man, that's something else, man. That's crazy, man. You know, but you females, man, y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn, man, that hey, this ain't the time for that BS. You know what I'm saying? Let me see where I want to start first. Oh man. Well, hey, right here, I'm gonna start right here. 1 Samuel 2:6. The Lord killing and He make alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up, man. Yeah, the Lord, hey, does everything. You know, the Lord knows everything, and the Lord does everything. Keep you alive, or He put you in the grave, man. You know, but that's just a judgment that this lady got, man. You know, serious judgment. You know, she wasn't being smart. Sirach 12:10. You know, never trust thy enemy, for like as the iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And like I say, you can never trust your enemies. You know what I'm saying? But Sade did. She wasn't being smart. She wasn't being smart at all. Ephesians 5:15. See that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. And see, you females got to know that. Hey, you know all Jakes got to know this, man. We in evil times right now, and these spirits of vengeance are everywhere. You know, these spirits of vengeance are everywhere, and people are getting deleted all the time. And then right here, Second Chronicles 15:13. Whoever will not seek the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh, that whomsoever will not seek the Lord, our power of Israel shall be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. Yeah. Hey, if you don't seek Yahweh Shai, hey, you gonna be the next statistic out here, you Israelites. You females, man. That's crazy, man. You cannot trust your enemies, man. That's how. Hey, but like I say, the Lord kill him, He make alive. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta always remember Ezekiel 35, because they have had a perpetual hate and have shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of the calamity, in the time that their iniquity had in. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord, our power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Till thou have not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So yeah, sleazy, he gonna get his judgment, man. He at the end of the day, he put his hands on the apple of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know. So this devil gonna get his. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get it big time. But you Israelites out here, man, y'all got to be smart, man. Man or female. This is crazy, man. And then, to get dismembered like that, man. Hey, that was a harsh judgment from the Lord, man. What did she do when she was here before? To get dismembered, man. That's horrible, man. They have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, she'll be back in the kingdom. But man, to just get dismembered like that and that young is that's crazy. To see something like that happen. But hey, it's the Lord's movie. You know what I'm saying? And we just in it. You know what I'm saying? But I just thought I'd just hit that little article up, and just try to blow the trumpet, man, just to warn our people, man, that you gotta walk circumspectly out here in Babylon, man, 'cause the times are evil. You know, don't be around here acting like being a fool and nonchalant. Uh, you know, I guess that's how you say it. But you know, you can't be at ease in Babylon, Israel. You can't be at ease at all. You got to be circumspectly and just understand what's going on around you, man. Don't be stupid. You know, and this young lady, young Eve, let her guard down, man, and so she in the spirit realm right now. You know, so you definitely got to move with wisdom out here. You know, but if you're not under Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you know, you're going to this is what you're going to see a lot. Jacob trouble and everything start coming down the tube. Things going to get real bad. But I hope this was edifying to the hopeful sheep and the lamb, you know. Kwan Yasharala on to the next lesson. You know, repent. And come back to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai before it's too late. You know. You got to get that covering. If you don't have it, you don't have a chance out here in Babylon at all. Shalom.